Newcastle boss Steve Bruce's future remains in serious doubt after the Magpies started their new owner's tenure with a 3-2 defeat against Tottenham. Bruce's side are 19th in the Premier League and are yet to win a game, prompting strong reports that the consortium fronted by Amanda Staveley will soon dismiss the manager. Staveley's consortium, which is 80% backed by the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, completed their staggering £305 million takeover of the Tyneside club on October 7. It was widely expected that one of their first tasks would be to part ways with Bruce, who for fans has become a symbol of the deeply unpopular Mike Ashley era. But Bruce has remained. The 60-year-old hit out at journalists for their reporting on his future last week, having clung onto his job to take charge for their match against Spurs at the weekend. The defeat has however left Bruce staring down the barrel, with a change in the dugout set to be made in the near future. Several coaches have already been linked with succeeding Bruce. Express Sport looks at 4 realistic candidates who could become their next manager. The Leicester boss would likely be the hardest to prise away from his current job but would perhaps be the best appointment. Rodgers' reputation has soared since he departed Liverpool 6 years ago. He enjoyed a trophy-laden spell at Celtic before taking charge at Leicester. The Northern Irishman guided the Foxes to their first-ever FA Cup win last term and is regarded as an elite coach who is capable of implementing a long-term project. Rodgers last week told journalists he was committed to Leicester but did not entirely rule out succeeding Bruce. He said, "I'm 100% committed. I've got a contract until 2025. I absolutely love being here and am fortunate. I've got a great chief executive who runs the club, a director of football who I've got a really close relationship with, and a group of players I really enjoy working with. We have an infrastructure that allows us to really compete. As long as they don't want to move me on, I'm very happy here." He has also been linked with succeeding Guardiola at Manchester City when the Spaniard leaves at the end of his contract in 18 months' time. England and Liverpool icon Gerrard is another manager who is in work but could be tempted to take over at St James Park. The former midfielder has had success with Rangers and has already been linked with several top jobs. Gerrard helped the Glasgow side win their first Scottish Premiership title since 2011 last term. That was an impressive achievement for the 41-year-old, who has been in charge since 2018. Like Rodgers, Gerrard has already commented on reports suggesting he could be the next Newcastle boss. "I'm in a very big job, a very big role, which I'm very much focused on," Gerrard said. "I don't react or get involved in any speculation, especially when someone I have the utmost respect for is sitting in that job. Steve is a great character, someone I've got a personal relationship with. Sitting in this position, I wouldn't like people to speculate about my job, so I certainly won't be getting involved in speculation towards his." Gerrard, who has been advised to swerve the Newcastle job by ex-teammate Peter Crouch, is also understood to have ambitions of taking over as Liverpool boss in the near future. Lampard has been out of work since being dismissed by Chelsea in January. The former Three Lions star had a mixed spell at Stamford Bridge but did well enough to find himself being considered for other big jobs, including Crystal Palace back in the summer. He had to deal with plenty of issues with the Blues upon his appointment in the summer of 2019. The West Londoners had a transfer ban and had just sold star player Eden Hazard to Real Madrid. But Lampard built an exciting team based on the club's young players. That might make him favourable to Newcastle director Staveley, who has promised that the Magpies' academy players will be given a chance in the first team. Chelsea spent over £200 million in Lampard's second summer but performances and results dipped, which might concern the Newcastle hierarchy if they want to spend eye-watering amounts of money. However, Lampard remains a solid candidate who would likely be interested in the prospect of managing the club. Former Bournemouth boss Howe has been without work since his departure from the Cherries following the 2019-20 campaign. It is slightly surprising that the 43-year-old did not appear to be strongly considered when jobs at Tottenham, Everton and Crystal Palace became available in the summer. Howe incredibly led Bournemouth from the base of League Two to the Premier League in just 7 years, with a brief spell as Burnley head coach sandwiched between. Like with Rodgers, that evidence of following a long-term project might make Howe favourable with the Newcastle owners.